Firstly, I would like to thank Rama and Mini Shukla for hosting us here in their beautiful home. So a big round of applause for Rama and Mini's parents also for joining us today. So, and thank you to all of you also to be part of this very special occasion today. Absolutely delighted to have you here. And, Parmeet, my buddy, where is Parmeet? Parmeet is right there. Parmeet, I was sitting over there. Parmeet comes over and he tells me, Yaar, kitna paisa khilaya, look, what are they talking about you? He couldn't believe his ears, It's like, I didn't pay them, dude. But truly, I don't deserve, everything, all the accolades that are being said, I really don't know. But what I've really tried to do is follow on the footsteps of Susie. It's a vacuum that our community feels. And after her passing, it has actually emboldened in me to go out there and engage in the community and try to do what Susie might have wanted. So with many of the things that we tried to do, with Susie, I wanted to do that, right? And she was a phenomenal leader, a great candidate that we all put our heart and soul, our energy together to win. We were delighted to see her win, but unfortunately it was a very short stint. But now we all got to make up for it. So we are all gonna team up on this effort to build community in Saratoga, the community unification effort, the vibrancy that we all talk about. So that's my word here, and we'll make sure that it happens. But when I look at when we first came here in 2001 into Saratoga, I realized that one of my neighbors was, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yep, it's a little windy day. Thank you. Thank you, Raghu. And so when we first moved here in 2001, I realized that one of my neighbors did not know the neighbor next door. And I said, that's not a good thing. And actually, one of them thought that the other guy was working for a CIA and said, I'm going to stay away from him. And I said, no, that's not acceptable. And what I did was I started the Yahoo group in our community. So Saratoga was a very small town. I'm from the big city, Mumbai. And I felt that, hey, I could come in here in a small town like this and create a little bit of an impact. And that I still feel very much true, because Saratoga is a very accepting community. They invite us into their fold and we can make things happen here. And that's truly what I've been trying to do. So back in 2001, that's what happened. And one of the very first postings I remember was, can we put up a light in our neighborhood? A street light, right? Yeah. A street light, yes. Who likes street lights? Come on, let's hear it. Street lights, right? But, it took me some time to understand, why Saratoga is special like it is, because, it's a very special ambiance. We were, fast forward a couple of years, I was literally shot down for that, for even proposing that, right? And I didn't know why. I had no clue. Because coming from the big city, I'm used to have skyscrapers and this and that. It's like I have that attitude when I came into Saratoga. It's a very sleepy town. What can I do to wake it up a little bit? Just a little bit, right? And as it turns out, a couple of years later, my wife Seema and I, we stepped out after a party in Mount Eden. And it was pitch dark. It was really pitch dark. And I looked up in the sky. And it was absolutely, you could see all the stars, sparkling bright. And it was very elegant on a warm summer evening. We don't have many of those. But when I recall that moment, I realized, man, Saratoga is special. That's the reason why we don't have lights. That's the reason why. Because we can look up at the stars, we can sit in the backyard and really enjoy. Very, very country type setting is what we have here. And that's what makes Saratoga special. And it's all the people. It's all the people that have contributed to make Saratoga so special. Because when I look back at our seniors, I spent some time at it is the Saratoga Foothill Club on Thursday evening. So I was hanging out with the Foothill Club members, and I noticed a lot of passion, a lot of energy. And it is these seniors who have contributed and made Saratoga what it is today. I'll give you an example. The large lots that we have, right? They are much larger in comparison to Palo Alto, Cupertino, and that's really what made Saratoga what it is today, right? Because it's really increased the value of our properties. And when we compare ourselves to the next door neighbors, our properties are skyrocketing. It is because of smart choices that we have made. And when I get on the city council, I will still continue to make those smart choices. I would like to innovate. And I'm a geek. I never ever deny that. With my engineering heritage, I don't deny that ever. But as a geek, I would like to innovate and bring certain new ideas, new things to make it easier for our city. But at the same time, I've become a preservationist. I would like to preserve what we have today. Innovate. Change is inevitable. Nobody can deny change, right? You can want to remain as it is, but change comes and grabs you, right? It's impossible to deny that. But at the same time, change has to be well thought out. We have to think through things just like our forefathers did in Saratoga with these big lots, with these no street light policy for the large part. When we moved in here, I saw the very first light go on to Cox. That was in 2001. And what I've realized is these seniors, they have done a lot of good things for our community. They have brought a lot of great value, and they all volunteer. I was at the Foothill Club, and the seniors were running around crazy, volunteering, doing this, doing that. I'm like, look at the energy. Something in the water. Something in the Saratoga water where we all end up becoming volunteers. So I remember in 2002 maybe 2003 was when our son got into Argonaut Elementary School, and I got into the Argonaut Technology Committee to see what I could do to bring some of my ideas, some of my engineering ideas back into the school community. I volunteered for Matt Dawson, for American Math Count, for eventually with Saratoga Lego Robotics. So I became a volunteer. And what I realized that it's very energizing for me to go out and volunteer. It was opening up lots of new doors, and not in my personality, it really transformed me. That's really what I'm talking about. It's the transformation. It completely transformed me into going out there and doing other things, other things for the community, and it has been a remarkable experience for me. Fast forward a few years, what we did in our neighborhood was, there was a break-in, and we said, let's do a neighborhood safety watch. So I was out there distributing flyers. I walked door to door, giving flyers, and I realized that the Yahoo group is important for us to have. That's when the Yahoo group started. We started communicating to our neighbors. This is what is going on. There's a break-in. There's a car lurking around. Let's stay on the alert. We enrolled 11 different block captains. We had a meeting in the library. We got the sheriff's office. So it was work in progress. But, I sort of enjoyed that. And my wife, Seema, initially she was saying, don't make a fool out of yourself doing all these things, right? And I would have definitely done that. But I did that very many times. I still continue to do that. But, I've kind of gotten used to making a fool of myself. I still like to go out there. I like to do things. And I found myself in the planning commission. And I went through another transformative experience because we would get the binders over the weekend. I would sit and study it. I would have my mind made up by the time I went to the meeting on Wednesday evening. And guess what happened? I would see the neighbors who would show up, and they would talk. They would talk both sides of the issue, and I had an open mind. I would listen, and the choices that we made then turned out to be much better than what we had initially thought about. We came in with our preconceived notions, but as long as we had an open mind, we ended up making the right choices for this neighborhood, for Saratoga. That's what I'm talking about. I would like to have an open mind. We are here all together. We are going to build community, and it's very important for us to have a shared vision. It's not just about the Indian American community. From all the way from Prospect all the way to Saratoga Hills. All the different religions we have here. All the different age groups we have here. The demographics, the beliefs, Republican Party, Democratic Party. But this is a non-partisan election. We are in it together to work together. And I would love to hear feedback, ideas, input from you. I was actually at the downtown last weekend. It was fantastic. Downtown is starting to wake up just a little bit, right? We started the Blue Rock Shoot thing. We do the Saratoga's Got Talent annual competition to raise money for the Senior Center, Saratoga Education Foundation. All those things, there is a fun component, but beyond that, there is a community unification to bring our community together. And nothing like downtown that can bring us all together and enjoy the offerings of downtown. So what I still talk about is, let's go out and explore what we have in the different commercial districts. We have 5 commercial districts. Let's go out and leverage what we have, because if Saratogans don't do that, who else will? It's my town, it's our town, and we are all in it together. So when I go out in downtown, I'm talking to Ray from Bell Tower Bistro, and he talks about he's done business in 18 states. He's run bars, restaurants, lots of great ideas and input. Why can Saratoga used to be a lot more difficult to do business with a conditional use permit. We have relaxed quite a few things. Can we do something different? I meet the boutique store that we frequent. My wife does shopping, and I'm there hanging out, and I talk to the owner there, Agnes, and she has ideas for Saratoga. I talked to Bill Cooper. We were hanging out at on Thursday evening, and Bill Cooper was talking about his ideas for Saratoga. It's all about listening. At this point, I really don't have any preconceived ideas about what is right for Saratoga, what is not. The important thing is for me to be a preservationist, to continue what we have today. If you look at what leads to Saratoga, what it is today, it is the schools, right? And that was a conversation that we had on Thursday evening. The schools lend the elegance to Saratoga because we are #1 schools. We need to ensure that we continue to do that. And guess what happens as a ripple effect from the schools? The value that the school provides? It's the real estate prices, right? Our real estate prices continue to skyrocket. And that is very important. We need to ensure that the choices we make will help continue that. It's a key component of us living in Saratoga. Take it or leave it, right? The real estate prices are very critical for our success here because they will, and as a tie into that, what will contribute to that is a vibrant downtown. We need to have, it's our own downtown. Let's go out there, let's check it out, whether it's at the Blue Rock Shoot or whether it's the Mint Restaurant or whether it's the Bell Tower Bistro. It's our own. We need to get involved and claim it as our own. So what I would like to suggest is, please reach out. I have certain ideas about unification, vibrancy, what we can do for the village, but what I really want is to get feedback from all of you. Please air out your thoughts, ideas, and we are all on it together. And I invite you to work together. Let's all work together and bring this community together. Continue to create lots of fantastic forums for our community to interact, intermingle, and have a little bit of fun. When you talk about unification, it's not just about, getting together like this and having a little bit of fun. Hopefully you're having fun. Are you having fun today?
Yeah.
Come on. Some wine, chai, we have lots of food here. So please help yourself. We are kind of getting there, but what we have after this is a little entertainment. But the most important idea is for us to get together, have a little bit of fun, but also solving issues, right? We have a Highway 85 issue today. We have the SCA 5, the Proposition 209 that we had a couple of weeks back. We have issues that will pop up in our community. And it's an opportunity for all of us to get together and address those different concerns that we have. Work together. And that's really what I would like to do, continue doing. On the council, I would like to innovate. I would like to innovate, I would like to listen. I would like to listen to ideas, great feedback, ideas, suggestions. Hear both sides of the story. Hear the young, hear the seniors, hear everyone out, and let's do the right thing that works for everyone in our community. That's the right way to do this, and that's what I promise to you. So I thank you all for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. And what we'll do next is, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So what we have a special gift for all the mothers here. So before you leave, we have a little small gift that is sitting out in the foyer before you leave. And I would like to invite two special moms, Firstly, my wife Seema, I would like to invite Seema over here. And then I would like to invite my mom also. It's Mother's Day, and truly speaking, a lot of the things that I do in my life are because of my parents. I would like to invite my dad also. And, growing up in Bombay, we grew up, my dad is an engineer too, and he's not as geeky as me. He writes shairis and he does a lot of fun stuff. He does painting, sketching, he did a lot of things in his days, and he still continues to do that occasionally, at times. Shairi. If you have been to the Blue Rock Shoot, you've probably heard some of his shairi. But a lot of the things that happened to me was because of my parents, because of their blessings, or because of everything else that they have taught me through life. And so on Mother's Day, I would like to and you can tell I'm so reliant on Seema for everything, right? So I would like to honor my mom here, and I would like to honor Seema as well. Where's my little bouquet for Seema?
I would have to buy it for myself.